Hello everyone, welcome to Homeschool. And today we are with the chapter Periodic Classification of Elements, and we are discussing the very important topic called the modern periodic table. We have already discussed about the history behind our modern periodic table, isn't it? We spoke about Dobriner's triads, Newland's law of octaves, and also Mendeleev's periodic table in the previous videos. And if you want to watch them, you can click the link that is popping up above. And today we will discuss about the modern periodic table, or in other words, we can also call it as long form of periodic table. Okay, and this modern periodic table is the one which is followed by everybody in the world. And this periodic table was introduced by a person called Moseley. Okay, person called Moseley. And during his time, there were 92 elements naturally present in our nature. 92 elements were already discovered during his time. And he studied all the periodic tables till Dobrynin, till Mendeleev, and he performed certain X-ray analysis on the elements, and based on his analysis and calculations, he concluded that elements have to be arranged based on atomic number but not atomic mass. You must have observed the history, from Dobrynin till Mendeleev. All of them have considered atomic mass, and based on the increasing order of the atomic masses of elements, they have arranged the elements and gave us their own periodic tables. Yes or no? But this person, he did not consider atomic mass, but he considered atomic number, and he started arranging all the 92 elements in the increasing order of their atomic number. This is one important point that you have to remember. The point is arranged. He arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic number. Remember this is very important. Okay, fine. And now he arranged all the 92 elements in the form of groups and periods. Okay, so there were 18 groups in this periodic table and 7 periods. So what do you mean by a group? Group is nothing but vertical column. Okay, so vertical column, he called it as group. Horizontal row, he called it as period. This is very important to remember. Horizontal row, he called it as period. Vertical column was called as group. Okay, all the 92 elements arranged in the form of groups and periods. Let us try to draw the periodic table what Moseley has done. The first element, he has placed it here, right? And this is our hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen was the first element and it is having an atomic number 1. We all know it. And the next element, atomic number 2, is for helium, and he placed it here. And the third element is lithium. Atomic number 3, lithium is here. Okay, and after lithium, we will observe beryllium, and after beryllium, boron. Okay, and carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. Okay, so atomic number 3, atomic number 4, atomic number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And again the 11th element is here. 11th element is here, and that is our sodium. So like this, in the increasing order of their atomic number, he placed the elements. Okay, so and this is our group number 1. This is our group number 1, and this is our group number 2. Group number 3 to group number 12 will come in this place. Okay, and this is our group number 13, group number 14, group number 15, group number 16, okay, and group number 17, and this helium neon guys are group number 18. Okay, so these vertical columns is what we are calling it as groups. So how many vertical columns are there? 18. So there are 18 groups in our periodic table. Okay, and let us try to fill up the elements which is necessary to remember for the 10th standard. Okay, so maximum elements we will fill it up. Group number 1, the hydrogen comes in the topmost position, later lithium, sodium, okay, and after that potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Okay, and here beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. Okay, so group number 1 elements: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Group number 2, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. Okay, and let us talk about group number 3 to group number 12 later. Okay, we will shift to the group number 18. Okay, so boron, after that aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. Okay, and here carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. Okay, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Okay, so you have to remember the 17th group elements. All the 17th group elements are very, very important. Okay, and coming to the 18th group elements, which we also call it as noble gases. They are also called with the name noble gases. So what are they? Helium, neon, argon, okay, krypton, xenon and radon. So these are our noble gases. And now coming to the third group. Okay, third group, this particular block, we will call it as D block elements. I'll tell you why we call it as D block elements later. Okay, and try to fill up here, and you will get scandium, yttrium, lanthanum and actinium. Okay, so these are our third group elements. And now let us hold on and we will talk about the periods. Okay, so I listed first group, second group, third group and 13th group to 18th group. Okay, and these are the guys which are very, very important. And again here, 12th group also. Here comes our zinc. So let us fill up the third period. And now what do you mean by period, isn't it? So period in the sense what? Horizontal row. Okay, so the first period includes only 2 elements. This is our first period, guys. First period has only 2 elements, that is hydrogen and helium. That's it. And coming to the second period, this is our second period, guys. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. Okay, so they are our second period elements. And coming to the third period elements. Third period elements are sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Okay, got to know this is our third period. And coming to the fourth period, this is our fourth period, guys. Okay, fourth period. Fourth period includes potassium, calcium, scandium, titanium, okay, vanadium, chromium, manganese, Mn, okay, and after that iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. Okay, so this is our fourth period elements. And coming to this one, this is our fifth period elements, and this is our sixth period elements, and this is seventh period elements. Okay, and try to remember these many elements, okay, that is necessary for your 10th standard. And let me talk about more details about the periods and groups. Okay, and here zinc, cadmium and mercury comes here, and here below titanium you will actually have zirconium, and here hafnium, and here rutherfordium. Okay, anyway, and the atomic number of lanthanum here. Atomic number of lanthanum here is actually 57. Okay, and atomic number of hafnium is 72. Okay, similarly actinium's atomic number is 89 and rutherfordium's is 104. Okay, you see here after 57, 58 should come, but 58 is not there, directly 72 is there. And here also after 89, 90 should come, but 90 is not there, directly 104 is there. So how many elements are missing in between? And again the next element here is having atomic number 73, and here also the next element has atomic number 105, and here onwards it continues, but here only you will have a little difference, guys. Okay, you all know elements have been arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number, right? See, element number 10 is here, this is element number 12, this is element number 13, right? Element number 11, 12, and this is our 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, okay, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, it goes on. Okay, so it goes on in the increasing order, but here you have a difference. After 57, 58th element should come here, but that is not there. After 89, 90th element should come here, but that is not there. So how many elements are missing? Here how many elements are missing? 14 elements. Here how many elements are missing? 14 elements. So these 14 elements have been separately placed below the periodic table. Okay, below the periodic table. So you can observe the periodic table is there behind your textbook. See, this is your modern periodic table which is there behind your textbook. You can observe the 2 rows of elements here. Okay, so cerium to lutetium, that is atomic number 58. Which element, guys? Cerium. Cerium to lutetium. Okay, that is atomic number 71. And again here atomic number 90, that is thorium. Thorium to lawrencium, atomic number 103, are separately placed below the periodic table. Okay, it is because these guys have a similar chemical and physical properties, and these properties are very much different from these guys. Okay, so that is the reason they are separately placed below the periodic table. Okay, and one thing you must remember here, first one is elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. That is one point. Okay, and after that, whichever elements are coming in one particular group, okay, they have similar and chemical properties. Okay, got to know? So whichever elements are placed in one particular group, they all have similar chemical and physical properties. That means lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium, all of them behave in the same way. They react in the same way. Almost 80% of the chemical properties are same for all these elements. Same way, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium, all these guys will have same physical and chemical properties. Okay, so this is the most important thing that you have to observe in a modern periodic table. Remember this guy. Okay, see, boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium, all are coming in 13th group. So all these elements react similarly. That is what the meaning, they have similar chemical and physical properties. Okay, and this is what we call it as periodicity. Periodicity means the elements shows similar chemical and physical properties after certain gap. Okay, say for example, lithium is placed here. After this much of gap, after these many elements, sodium is placed. Okay, so this and this has same similar and chemical properties. Again, below sodium, who is there? Potassium. So how it is placed? After these many elements, potassium has come. Yes or no? Sodium's atomic number 11. After 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 elements, our potassium is there under same column. Okay, so this is what we call it as periodicity. Periodicity means repetition of the element having same physical and chemical properties after certain gap. Okay, so this is what we say it as periodicity. Okay, and you should remember one important statement that Moseley has given on a periodic table. The statement is, the chemical and physical properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic number. Okay, I repeat and I will write here. The definition is very, very important. The chemical and physical properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic number. Okay, what do you mean by this particular sentence? The chemical and physical properties will get repeated after certain atomic numbers. Yes or no? Lithium atomic number 3, sodium atomic number 11. Chemical and physical properties of lithium and sodium is getting repeated. The same chemical properties what you observed in case of lithium is getting repeated. When it is getting repeated? After certain atomic numbers. Okay, after certain gaps. This is what the real meaning of this particular statement. Okay, so this was the statement that you should remember for modern periodic table. Okay, so this is the general introduction about the modern periodic table, and now we will see the importance of group number and period number. Okay, so what does the group number tell you and what does the period number tell you? Okay, and I already told you the elements which come in a same group has same physical and chemical properties, I said. Okay, so all the elements which are coming in a same group will have same number of valence electrons. Okay, so what do you mean by valence electrons here? The number of electrons present in the last shell. Okay, number of electrons present in the last shell. Every element has atoms. Every atom has centrally nucleus and so many shells. And I already told you Chemical reactions is all about the participation of electrons. Which electrons will participate in an atom? The electrons which are present in the outermost shell, they will participate in a chemical reaction. So electrons which are present in the last shell or outermost shell are called as valence electrons. Okay, so what you have to remember, the number of valence electrons present in lithium is similar to the number of valence electrons present in sodium, and that is similar to the number of valence electrons present in the potassium. Okay, so concept is very simple. So the elements present in a same group will have same number of valence electrons. Okay, so here I will give you how many valence electrons are there in first group elements. So our first group elements have only one valence electron. Okay, they have only one valence electrons. Second group elements have two valence electrons. Okay, and third group elements have 3 valence electrons, 4 valence electrons. Here 3 valence electrons are there. Here 4 valence electrons, 5 valence electrons, 6 valence electrons, 7 valence electrons, and here 8 valence electrons. Okay, and coming to the elements that come from group number 3 to group number 12, their properties are entirely different, and you cannot easily guess their valency and all. About them you will be studying in detail in the higher classes. So you no need to worry about the elements that will come under the groups 3 to 12. Okay, you should be very clear about the valence electrons present in first group, second group, 13th group, 14th group, 15th, 16th, 17th and 18th. Okay, got to know? So the number of valence electrons present in the elements under same group is same only. So this is what our group number will tell us. Okay, so the moment I say group number 1, you should keep it in a mind that all these elements will have one valence electron. Okay, so their outermost electronic configuration is actually 1s1. Anyway, about valence electrons and all, we will discuss in detail in my next video. As of now, just try to remember this much. So the group number tells you about the number of valence electrons. Okay, so the elements under same group will have common valence electrons. Fine. And what is the importance of period number? Okay, so period number will give you lots of information here. The period number will tell about the shell number in which the last electron is present. Okay, the whole chemical reactions is all because of participation of electrons, and I already told you the electrons which are present in the last shell only will participate. So it is our duty to know how many last electrons are there and where are those last electrons, in which shell they are present. Are they present in the first shell, second shell, third shell or fifth shell? This is also very important for us. We all know, right? Centrally nucleus, and there are many shells like shell number 1, shell number 2, shell number 3 and shell number 4. Okay, so in which shell our last electron is there? That can be told by the period number. Okay, so if the element is present in a first period, then in that element the last electron is there in a first shell. Okay, if the element is present in a second period, then in those elements, in the second period, which all elements will come? Lithium will come, beryllium will come, boron is there, carbon is there, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. In all these elements, the last electrons are present in the second shell. They are present in second shell. Okay, and Third period, which elements are there? Sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon. In all these elements, the last electron is there in third shell. Okay, so this is how, if you know the period number of a particular element, you can able to guess where is that last electron, in which shell the last electron is present. Okay, so that information you can easily predict. Say if I ask you a question, in which shell last electron is there in gallium? So first find the position of gallium. Who is gallium? This is gallium. So gallium is there in which period, guys? Gallium will come in fourth period. That means the last electron is present in fourth shell of gallium atom. Okay, so this is how the period number signifies. Okay, so that is also very important point you have to remember. Period number tells about the shell number of last electron. This is very important. Knowing about last electron is very important, because last electrons only always participate in chemical reaction. It is our duty to know in which shell it is there, first shell or second shell, third shell. Okay, so group number will tell you about the number of valence electrons, that is number of last electrons present. Okay, period number will tell you about where is that last electron present, in which shell the last electron present. Okay, so this is the general introduction and important points that you have to remember about modern periodic table. Okay, so I will show the modern periodic table in the picture that will come soon. See guys, this is your modern periodic table or long form of periodic table. As I said, you can observe here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, group number 18, right? There are 18 groups and 7 periods. Okay, that is 18 vertical columns are there, 7 horizontal rows are there. Okay, vertical columns are groups, horizontal rows are periods. So you can observe here the first period. The first period is the smallest period, right? Hydrogen and helium. That's it. You have only 2 elements here. And what is the main concept of modern periodic table? Elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. Atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Atomic number for helium is 2. Atomic number for lithium is 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. In the increasing order, elements have been arranged. Okay, and you see the first period is the shortest period, only 2 elements it has. Second period has 8 elements. Third period has 8 elements. Yes or no? Fourth period 18 elements. Fifth period 18 elements, and sixth period you have to concentrate here. 32 elements will come here. Actually, you can observe here after barium 57th element, that is lanthanum, should come here. And you know, after in this slot he has placed 14 elements. Okay, lanthanum, after lanthanum 14 elements. Okay, that is cerium to lutetium also will come here only. Okay, because they have a different set of properties, you know. So all these elements, that is from lanthanum to lutetium, all of them will come in this particular box, that is slot itself. They have separately placed at the bottom of the periodic table, but what is their position? Position is this only, here only they will come. Okay, they are called F block elements. F orbital, the last electron is there in F subshell, so they are called F block elements. Same way here, after radium, you know, 89th element is actinium. Actinium to lawrencium, element atomic number 103. All these 14 elements will come here only. Okay, it is their position. Okay, separately they are placed at the bottom. This 6th period 14 elements, 7th period 14 elements, which have to come here, have separately placed.
because they have different properties, that's it. But if you talk about their position, here only. So 6th period, how many elements do you find? These 14 elements and here 18 elements. Okay, altogether 32 elements. So 6th period includes 32 elements. 7th period also includes 13 elements. These 14 and these 18. Okay, fine. So this is about our periodic table. And you can observe here, group number 1 to group number 12, all these guys are metals only. Okay, all these are metals only. And group number 13 to group number 18, all these are non-metals only. But this grey color you can observe here, that is boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium and polonium. This grey color zigzag line is there, no? These guys are metalloids. Okay, what do you mean by metalloids? They have both metallic properties as well as non-metallic properties. Okay, so these are our metalloids. So this is our long form of periodic table. In other words, we can also say it as modern periodic table. Okay, thank you.
And in my next video, I will be talking about the valency of the elements present in a periodic table. Please do watch it. It's a very, very, very important thing. Thank you so much.